Okay. We're running an OBS. Now we just gotta wait for YouTube Studio to eventually, hopefully, wake up at some point. Eventually, possibly. That would be lovely. Okay. We got a heartbeat, guys. YouTube Studio is stirring. And we are live. Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Browns live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the bye week as much as I did. It felt good not having to watch this godforsaken team for a whole week, right? But unfortunately, we're back. As I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I'm ready to endure another 3+ hours of emotional torture by this godforsaken team as they head to MetLife Stadium, the most basic and bland stadium in the NFL, as they face off against the team that might honestly be worse than them. One of the only teams that's worse than them, the New York Jets. Jets are 1-7. They're coming off a big win last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago, over the Bengals. Browns, of course, lost to the Patriots. And real quick, jumping into the inactive list, as I pull up our inactives. I like how I go to look for the inactives and it's not even there. Here we go, right here. This is what I'm looking for. Here, all right, so here's the Browns inactives. Isaiah Bond out with a foot injury. The other four are healthy scratches. Raheem Sanders, again, Zach Zinter, Cornelius Lucas, and Brandon Bates. So that's it for that. Pretty simple, right? And then for the New York Jets, their inactive list is as follows: Allen Lazard, inactive. A.D. Mitchell, the new acquisition, he's inactive. Xavier Newman, Jelani Woods, Iko Mawigoa, and Khalil Herbert, as well as Tyler Barron. Now, here's what's funny about A.D. Mitchell. Now, as you know, the Browns did nothing except for trading Joe Tryon. That's right. They traded Joe Tryon at the deadline. Well, word is that apparently, according to Ian Rappaport, the Browns had a deal in place to acquire A.D. Mitchell from the Colts. But of course, the Jets snatched him up when they traded Sauce Gardner to Indy. Yeah, that would have been the classic Browns move, you know. I figured it was going to be something along those lines. Trade for a receiver that's disgruntled or has fallen out of favor with this current team. You know, something. All right, I guess. I mean, would he have made a difference here? No. No. He wouldn't have made a difference. If anything, he would have had the chance to actually get some reps here. Now, it is important to note Cedric Tillman is active and ready to go, as is Carson Swessinger, who has a high ankle sprain. You know, I don't know if playing a guy who has a high ankle sprain on the notorious MetLife turf is such a good idea. But he's a banger. You know, he's a baller, so he's a banger. All right. So we are just about ready to get underway. 61 degrees, cloudy. Looks like it was raining a little bit. There's Aditi Kikabwala and Aaron Glenn, of course, the coach of the Jets. There's Garrett Wilson. He's, of course, active today. Usual offensive and defensive lines. No noticeable extra wrap or brace for Swessinger. Hmm. Of course, this game is on NFL Sunday Ticket for me today. So Browns will receive, and the kick is away, and it'll be returned by Sampson, who will take it to around the 30. And that's where we start. So Dylan Gabriel, see what he can do after a not so great game against the Patriots. He started off great on that first drive, and then after that. So let's see what the Browns cook up on their opening drive. Under center. Hands it off. And Judkins around the edge. Gain first down. And that's a good way to start. Off the edge for, and there's already a flag. Holding offense. Oh, of course. Of course. Already a hole. Flag day. Already. Just like the Buckeyes yesterday. First play, flag. So Cedric Tillman is back. See what he can do. Okay. So, and of course, Jerry Jeudy, 6 targets, 2 receptions the last 2 games. No Sauce Gardner anymore in that secondary. Shotgun for Gabriel. Hands it off again. Gets stuffed. Okay. All right. Tommy Reese is now the play caller. Kevin Stefanski, once again, second year in a row, handed the play sheet over to the offensive coordinator. See if that makes a difference, or probably not. I doubt it. I highly doubt it'll make any difference. Back to pass, pressure, draw. Okay, short, incomplete. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, drive killing penalty kills the drive, of course. Yep. I love those drive killing penalties. Gotta love them. Gotta love them drive killing penalties on the first play of the damn game, too. And, oh yeah, it's 3rd and 18. That's right. I forgot about the penalty. I thought it erased the first down, but no, it's 3rd and 18. Back to pass. Throws it to nobody. My God, dude. He was trying to throw a pick there. Wow, great first drive, bums. Great first drive. You got freaking commentators blasted, putting you on blast for your for the opening drive sequences. Well, because the flag. Here's the return, and he'll get it inside the 40. That's where they will start. This offense is buns, dude. Honestly, who would actually throw Shador out there? See what he's got. It's the Jets. I mean, come on. Dylan literally, they say he's a supercomputer. What, Windows 95? All right, so here's Justin Fields. 64% completion percentage, 1,089 yards, 5 touchdowns on the year. All right, shotgun for Fields. And gets about a yard. That's Brees Hall. Of course, Miles Garrett, 5 sacks last week against Olu Fashanu. Jets offensive season, 47% completion, pressure percentage allowed, most in the NFL. Fashanu and Membu. I think that's the rookie. They got to face, of course, Miles Garrett. Have fun. Yeah, they're just blowing them up, Denzel. Let's go. No gain on that play. It was a dump off. Yeah. Uh, Back to pass. Instant pressure. Got it off to the running back, and he gets about a yard. Fourth down. That's to Davis. But instant pressure. Really no chance to do anything. I mean, you had Delpit coming in there instantly. Was that? Oh, that's Schwarzenegger. Mr. High ankle sprain. You know how much of a dog you got to be playing with a high ankle sprain? Ish got to hurt. Man, you got to have some insane pain tolerance to. And it'll be down inside the 5. Oh my god, this team is ass, dude. This is going to be a game to see who can be worse, who can do little the most, who can do less. There you go. Dylan Gabriel might honestly be like worse than uh, Kessler. Remember, Kessler was not bad until he took a big ass hit one time and became a statue. I remember when Hugh Jackson told us to, oh, trust me on this one. When we took Kessler, remember that? Not fun. Not fun. The whole season wasn't fun. Oh my god, dude, this team is putrid. Of course, the Buckeyes had to do their own little Browns impression yesterday, but they still won by 24 points. That's the thing. The Buckeyes can play like the Browns, and they still win by 30. Oh, oh. All right. Worse than Tim Tebow. Yeah, he's up there. At least Tim Tebow had a few flashes. I mean, you got to do something, man. I mean, Dylan Gabriel ain't giving you nothing. It's pretty quick. He's quick to realize he doesn't have a no, Evan Stewart. Dylan's a defensive end. He doesn't have Troy Franklin or Evan Stewart throwing him, to throw the ball to against college cornerbacks. And he doesn't have Will Stein cooking up a game plan. And getting put on blast by the commentary crew talking about how horrible that first drive was. Shotgun for Gabriel at their own 5. Hands it off for about a yard. Oh, man. He has to be fired for DTR and DG. But that's just 2 bad picks. I mean, overall, the class has been fantastic. They're not going to fire Barry because of this, because of everybody else. Back to pass. Throws. That's Jerry Jeudy. Hey, he gets past the 10. It'll be about 3rd and 4-ish. Jerry Jeudy's first target in a long time. I think he got a single target last week, 2 weeks ago. Last 10 games of 2024, he had 7 receptions for 101 yards per game, 3 receiving touchdowns, 9 drops. He has no touchdowns, 8 drops, 32 receiving yards per game. Yeah, he's looking like his old Denver self, and not in a good way. Brandon Stephens lined up against Jeudy this time. Back to pass. Throws it deep for catch by Tillman. Welcome back, Cedric Tillman. He's a flag too. Okay, he didn't catch that, of course, but hey, still, it deceived me. But what's the flag on? The flag was thrown on that area, on that side of the field. So it was essentially no catch, but we still get it's a spot foul, so he might as well say it was. So they should be bullying some of these guys, man. So that'll put us just shy of the 45. Okay, they're gonna realign up, or maybe okay, put us at the 40. As I was saying, it was a catch. He didn't catch the ball, but he still got the yards because of the flag. 10:06 to go in the first. That dancing Newsom. Here's a jet sweep with Corley again. First down and more. That's the Corley special. The jet sweep works again with Corley. Now that's probably going to be the only time we see him. Former Jet, by the way. Cuts upfield. Good block by 68. That's Cam. Malachi Moore, former Crimson Tide. Shotgun for Gabriel. Inside Jets territory. Play action. Falls to his left. Throws. Caught. Jeudy. First down. 2 catches on 2 targets. It gives the best chance to lose. That's a good one. That's the ultimate fear for Kevin and company, right? They're low-key tanking. They didn't expect anything this year. If you put in Shedeur and he starts lighting it up, they start winning. Well, damn. 1st and 10, just outside the 30. Judkins will line up out wide. The pass. Throws to nobody. Jeudy ended up on the ground, but I guess he just stumbled. Tina. Oh, wow. We already got highlights from Baker, huh? Baker making plays. Oh, yeah. Wide open to Buka and Mecca. Buka. Man, you got a Mecca cooking out here. You got JSN out here making plays. We need to draft our Carnell Tate if possible. We have to. Hands it off. Judkins gonna fight for about 4, maybe 5 yards. Makes it about 3rd and manageable. You need Jerry to not go off for fantasy purposes. I don't know how many more times we're going to get him the ball. To be fair, Fox thought Jed was going to be good. Jed was actually not that bad when he first started. Then the injuries started happening, and then he just started coasting. There's a reason why no other team has picked him up since we let him go. 3rd and 4. Snap, back to pass. Good protection. Rolls to his left. He's going to take off, get the first down, and more inside the 20. There's another penalty. So 5-yard penalty on the defense, holding on the. That's why he probably couldn't throw. When he says during the run, that tells you that there's probably something on the defense. So that'll give us an extra 5 yards added to the end of the run. Judy, but probably didn't trust himself to get the ball over there. Just outside the 10. Hands it off inside the 10 to Judkins. Jacksonville up 3-0. Larvadane is now out there at receiver. You see Thrash as well. Curious to see how play calling differs between Kevin and Tommy Reese. That tells us that Kevin was calling plays. So, yeah. Under center, Larvadane motions. Play action. Dumps it off. It's Njoku. It's in. Touchdown, Browns. Yeah. Okay, I had to make sure it was a touchdown. I'm always waiting for that stupid thing to pop up. Okay, that was a much better drive. Much better drive. Touchdown. Yes, sir. Play action. Sucked everybody in, and then the left-hander to Njoku for the 6. That drive was much better. It's up, and it is good. Yeah, how about that? The Jersey native. That drive was much better. Much better. Yeah, you could argue it was helped by the penalties. And right on cue, there's Mets guy. Refs help the Browns. Well, technically, the cornerbacks being dumb and holding helped us out. Just didn't just look at us and go, "Oh, there's a flag." You know the Jets got to do something stupid to get the flag, right? You losers need the refs to help. So funny, like, oh yeah. Say the refs helped us out. Well, actually, again, the Jets cornerbacks being stupid and holding and interfering helped us out. Did you see Hunter? Yes, I saw that. The Cavs really came back from down 19 points to beat the Bulls last night. Thanks in large part to really 2, 3 guys. Donovan Mitchell was kind of stinky juice in the beginning, only had like 3 points. He ended up with 29 by the end of the game. Evan Mobley and DeAndre Hunter kept us in that game. Jalen Tyson with some clutch buckets at the end, too. Hope our defense gets some rest this week. I want us to go out there and pitch a shutout on a 3-and-out this drive. Stoppable force meets movable object. The resistible force meets the the movable object. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, baby, baby. Hmm. So Brown's ready to kick it away after a great second drive. If you just don't show that first drive, you could say that was the open drive. Opening drive masterclass. And here's the return by the Jets. And he's going to take this to the house. Can't even enjoy it for 1 second because special teams. Wow. Jets responded right away. Of course. Off return touchdown. Great job, bum ass freaking special teams. Wow. Wangwu. And the kick is up. And good. So we're tied just like that. That took no time at all. Gotta love Bubba Ventrone. Bubba Ventrone needs to be fired, legit. He stinks. Special teams has always stunk forever. Of course. Can't ever enjoy anything. Can never have simple happiness for longer than a minute. See, I was waiting for a flag, but no. Nope. So the Browns will go right back out on offense. They score a touchdown, get the lead, and then special teams. Duh. Yeah. Bubba Ventrone needs to be fired straight up. Really had a great special teams unit. God, how long? I mean, think about it. We haven't had a kickoff or a punt return touchdown. Ooh. Since Travis Benjamin? Something like that. Of course that happens. Miles needs to pull in Antonio Brown and walk out. Wow. Oh boy. Gotta love special teams, right? Gotta love special teams. Oh man. So just like that, it's 7-7. Couldn't even change that football over to the Jets. Watch us return this one to the house. Yeah, right. Here's the return by Samson. Nah, that's it. That wasn't even our defense. That was our special teams. Our special teams has always stunk. Let's see how the Browns respond. Offense goes right back out on the field because of special teams failure. Nine play, 95-yard, 5-minute touchdown drive last time. Yeah, look where Antonio ended up. Antonio is just not there mentally, literally, in every aspect. Play action. Steps up. Throws. Dropped. Trying to go to Judkins. See Smith, a former Cowboy. 2nd and 10. Didn't even enjoy having a lead for for a drive, a play. Defense couldn't even go out there with a lead. Man. Pass. Incomplete. Rid of Michael Carter. He went to the Eagles, of course, for John Mechie. Sauce Gardner to the Colts, and Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys. They got Adonai Mitchell and Mazi Smith as well in those other 2 trades. I hope. Nothing Jags now. Yeah, there's no CJ Stroud. They're going to cook the crap out of him. Back to pass. Gabriel throws it at the ground. Oh my God, dude. Back to sucking. Okay. There's our Freddie Kitchens. What the hell kind of a throw was that? Being ass. Here's the return. I know it's already a flag. No way. There's a flag, so that's probably coming back. Dude, if that stands, get Bubba the hell out of here. Fire him now. Yeah. If that stands, get Bubba the hell out of here. Bubba needs to be like fired already. See what the ruling is. Oh my God. Get Bubba out of here. Fire Bubba right now. Really? 2 special teams touchdowns. Yeah, Bubba Ventrone. Get him out of here. Fire him now. Fire him now. Fire that loser now. Seriously, fire him. I need them to go into his box or go up to him on the field and fire him. Send him out now. No way, bruh. 2 special teams touchdowns. Yeah, fire him now. Straight up. Get rid of him. Fire him. Ventrone has got to go. 2 special teams touchdowns. Fire Bubba right now, dude. God. Can't even make it up. 2 special teams touchdowns. Back to back. Only the Browns. Only the Browns. Only the Browns. And it's not even the defense. The defense is literally sitting on the sideline like, okay, we're ready to go. Back to the table we go. Here we go. We got some breaking news from baseball. Cleveland Guardians pitchers Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz have been indicted by prosecutors in Brooklyn on a host of charges related to a scheme to rig bets on pitches thrown in MLB games. Ortiz was arrested in Boston earlier today. Clase is not currently in custody. Oh, they're not pitching again in baseball. Wow. We're not going to see them again in baseball. They're banned for life. They are banned for life. They had a whole scheme going. Man. 43-page indictment against Emmanuel and Luis Ortiz lays out the alleged scheme intentionally throw balls so bettors could wager. Oh, yeah, they're not pitching again in major leagues. They're done. They're cooked. Bye-bye. They're done for. Exactly. Imagine being the defense, right? Defense is like, okay, we're ready. Let's go. Or not. Get on the damn field, bro. Defense can't even get on the damn field. All you can do is laugh. All you can do is laugh. Seriously, though, Ventrone needs to be like on a. He needs to be fired. Leave him in Jersey. Leave him there. Don't even let him get on the plane. Not even kidding. Like, leave him here. I don't know how he even still has a job in the first place. And then there's a bobble. Takes the knee. And now the offense will come back on the field again. Actually, insane. Jets have 2 special teams touchdowns, and their offense has 1 drive. Center for Gabriel. This offense has already had 3 drives. Their offense has had 1. Under center. Hands it off to Judkins. Gets about a yard or 2. It's insane, though. What an insane 20 minutes it's been for Cleveland sports. You can't even help but laugh. Jim Schwartz is like, yo, can you get our defense on the field? I mean, damn. If I'm Jim Schwartz, I want to punch freaking Bubba in the face, bro. On some, what was it, Buddy Ryan type thing. Dude, Bubba Ventrone's dumbass and punch him in the face. There's no way your unit can give up back-to-back special teams touchdowns consecutively. You still have a job. You can't have a job after this. Our defense actually forced the 3 and out, remember? The defense has had one, no offense has had 1 drive. Pass, throws, caught. That's Judy again. First down. What else do we got from passing? Prosecutors allege that Ortiz was paid $5K for throwing an intentional ball June 15th, and Clase given $5K for facilitating it. It's actually insane. We've had 2 pitchers, both pitchers that were involved in that betting thing got arrested. Or at least one did. The other one's probably going to get arrested soon. Back to pass. Gabriel rolling. Throws. Wide arm. He missed him. Second down. Need to fire Ventrone, dude. Pretty sad how Chris Tabor was a better special teams coach than this loser that we have now. Mike Pfeiffer, she won a playoff game for us. Literally, because Kevin got the sickness. You got a case of the sniffles. Remember that? Pfeiffer was the coach when we won the playoff game. And honestly, the special teams unit was pretty good back then, too. Taps it off. Yay! It's like 20 yards. Woo! Go backwards. When did this start? Damn, it started 23? Someone, a Mets fan actually clarified it started in May of 2023. Something against the Mets. So the Pirates traded a guy that might have been active in it. 3 minutes to go in the first, 3rd and 18. Back to pass. Fannin, he'll get about 15. 4th down. That'll lead for a minute, and it's not even our defense. Our defense can't even get on the field. But once Mendoza, baby. The Jets score 14 with 1 passing yard. Exactly. The offense has had 1 drive. 4th and 2. 11 of 19 on 4th down this season. They're actually 4th in the NFL. We all know they're not going to get it. And there's a flag. False start. Bring out the punting unit. Oh my god, dude. This team is just laughable at this point. They really are. Wire fraud conspiracy? Wow. Honest services wire fraud conspiracy, conspiracy to influence sports contests by bribery, and money laundering conspiracy for their alleged roles in a scheme to rig bets on pitches thrown. That's crazy. All right, let's see if they score another punting touchdown here. Here we go, another chance. Oh my god, they actually tackled him. She tackled him. Defense is going to get on the field for the second time in the game. Wow. Ah, top-notch play calling. Yeah. No, that the touchdown was the best play of the game. Yeah. Of course, they had one great drive, and now that's it. Now it's gonna be back to ass. Garbage. Wow. Oh, that's actually insane, though. During a Browns game, we get Guardians news. Gonna distract us from this embarrassment on the field right here. Hmm. What else are we getting here? 65 years in prison if they're. Oh my god. Yeah, they're not pitching again, bro. We're not gonna see them again ever again in the major leagues, dude. They're possibly facing 65 years in prison for that stuff. For laundering and ugh, conspiracy and rigging and stuff. Oh my god. Nothing something to take the attention away from this godforsaken team. Wow. Look, I'm sorry, they're gonna be they can spend how many years in prison? It's now 6, 7. 65 years if convicted. Wow. Yeah, we're never seeing Clase or Ortiz ever again. Reese Hall gets about 2. Lock their ass up. Lock their ass up. Lock their ass up. Lock their ass up. And it's the saddest part is Clase was actually a damn good closer too. He threw away his career for $5,000 or something like that. Like, really? If you're gonna throw your career away, at least make it for a couple million, not for 5K. Man, we got a flag on the field here, probably on the Jets. Miami up 13-0. False start. This day is really weird. The Jets are scoring special teams touchdowns. The Bills are losing 13-0. What's going on here? Excuse me. I mean, the last time the Browns won in New York was that Monday night game when Odell first came to Cleveland. So it's been a while. Back to pass, batted up, and complete. Third down. It was deflected. Yeah, defense ain't the problem. I mean, the one time the defense was on the field, they did fine. Oh man, special teams, man. Ugh. If anyone needs to get fired, it's freaking Bubba Ventrone. Is he still even here after last year? The heck? Interesting strategy. Fields gets just shy of the 30, but that's about it. It'd be fourth down. Keep saying the Watson thing was on him. Baltimore losing 10-3. Ooh. Yeah, we're not gonna see Clase on the run. Ay ay ay. Threw his career away for a couple $1,000, man. Both of them. All right, fair cut. I didn't even change the football. I was so distracted by the damn Guardians crap. Oh well. Oh, Jalen Waddle. Huh. Scoring a touchdown against the Bills. Classic. Well, let's see if the Browns can at least muster some sort of offense here. Under center for Gabriel. Hands it off. Runs to the side on some Jerome Ford type thing, not cutting up field. So second quarter, Browns down 14-7. And it's funny because the defense didn't even give up the touchdown. Either one. Special teams. Yeah, special teams gave them up. It is what it is at this point. I don't really care. All right. Man, that's the saddest part is though. Clase was one of the best closers in the major leagues, and he threw his career away for a couple $1,000s. The payment for each on that pitch was $7K a piece, so $12K. They each got 7,000. June 27th. So Ortiz was paid $5K for throwing an intentional ball on June 15th, and Clase was given $5K for facilitating it. They did it again, June 27th, for each pitch, $10K a piece. So they threw their careers away. Especially Clase was one of the best closers in the league, man. And that still kills me because it's right before the deadline, the trade deadline. We could have gotten something good for him. No, throwing your career away. 12K. Imagine throwing your. I mean, 12,000 is a lot of money. But man, when you're a freaking all-star pitcher, you'd be making millions. All right. First and 10. Oh, second and 10. Back to pass. Caught. Gain of 9. That's Tillman. Oh, dude, freaking Jets player just stepped on his own teammate. There's an injured Jets player on the ground. He's laying there like this. Another Jets player was backing up and he steps on him. He almost freaking hurt himself too. We have friendly fire. Ugh. 44 just lit his own teammate up. My God, dude. Damn. Wow, dude. 44 with friendly fire on the Jets. Ooh. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I can understand if you're like a minor league player, you don't really play much, you don't make much money, maybe doing that. You're a millionaire, dude. In fact, I know this is a football stream, but we go to Fangraphs and I can exactly find how much money Clase was destined to make this year. It was in the millions. If he was still on this team, I think he had one more year before his club options took effect. Before we would have to pick up his club options. But yeah, they're facing 65 years in the clink for that stuff, man. That's some federal stuff. Yeah, they're not going to be pitching again. They're not even going to. Yeah, they're not pitching again, dude. They're not going to do that. No. They're done for. 65 years in jail for $12,000. Wait, isn't that $65,000 for 12 years? Let me see something here. Calculator time. We go 65 years. No, it would be $12,000 divided by the 65 years, $184 per day. 184, no, $184, yeah, per year. $12,000 for 65 years, man. That's a weird trade-off. Again, I could see if it was a few million, but to throw your career away for 12K when you're destined to make a few million this year, questionable choices indeed. So there goes Azaria Thomas. Too tall. This dude like throw a deep ball at all, dude. Yeah, he's nah. Wow, destined to make 6 million this year. Threw it all away for 12K. 13:51 to go in the first half. First half. Second and 10. They're gonna call timeout here. Oh boy. Mhm. Wow. So yeah, they're not gonna be back in the league ever again. That's for sure. So second and 10, coming out of the timeout, back to pass, throws it incomplete. And there's a flag down. There, he's all over him. Look at, he's grabbing him up and everything. Yeah. Pass interference. That'll give the Browns a free first down. That's on Jarvis Brownlee. Wow. First and 10. Just shy of the 45. Hands it off. And there's Judkins. Gets about 4. Second down. Gain of 3. Hmm. Second and 7. 17-0 Jags now. Hands it off again. And there goes Judkins. First down. Into Jets territory. Oh, just did a good enough job opening up a little hole for Judkins to run through. Hands it off again for about a yard. You got to run him around the edges. I think that's where he's best. What the heck is this all about? Johnson getting into it with one of the old linemen. 2nd and 9. Overthrown backwards pass. I think at some point they got to see what Shador has. Right? At some point they have to look. Just go the rest of the season without seeing at least what he can do. Action. And complete to Judy. 3rd down. Love how these receivers just can never get open. But even if they can get open, Noodle Arm Gabriel can't get it to him. Oh boy. 3rd and 9. Brown's already 3 for 6 on 3rd down. And another false start. What they should do is they should show Brown's games in these prisons, like Guantanamo and stuff. You want to torture inmates? Show them Browns games. They'd be singing like songbirds. 3rd and 15. Back to pass. Sack. The offense is putrid. It's not any better with a new OC. We had a nice little run, but I think it's maybe about time we see what Shador has. Can't be any worse, right? Okay, here comes another punt. How long until this? I wonder if this one gets returned. It is away. Fair catch at the 20. Oh, he let it go. And it'll be a touchback. This offense is so putrid. I don't even think it matters who's calling plays. Took this loser 3rd round. We could have used the safety, but no, let's take a quarterback. I was willing to give him a chance, but now it's like, okay. Honestly, I'm willing to give Shador a shot now. I've seen enough of freaking Dylan Gabriel. I didn't realize they were playing at the Hitler Olympics site. Yep. Berlin. Mm-hmm. That's the Olympics Stadium. In fact, there's even a spot in the stadium in Germany. I think they have it kind of like gated off a little bit, but there's a spot where you can see where Hitler would make his speeches. I think that was for the Olympics. Of course, when the Olympics were in Germany, that was before everything happened. At that time, people saw what Hitler was doing. It's like, oh wow, look at that! He's building Germany back up. Like, wow, what a good person! He's so cool, man. Look at that. He's building it back up. Germany's going to be a powerful country. And then a few years later, yeah, the evil came out. Mm-hmm. Jesse Owens ran in that stadium too. Yeah. People might not know that Jesse Owens did what he did in front of Hitler. I know that Mets fan right now in the chat is just on cloud nine right now. 14-7 Jets. Yeah, the Jets offense has not gotten a first down yet, but they're up 14-7 because of special teams. Because Bubba Ventrone deserves to be unemployed. You know, a turnover would be huge here for us, but I don't think we're gonna get a turnover. I just don't see it in the cards today. Maybe they prove me wrong though. Under center for Fields. Throws. Again, Ronnie Hickman. I literally said a turnover would be huge here, but it's probably not going to happen. And what happens? Interception. I got it again. Ronnie Hickman with the interception. You threw it right to him. Thank you, Justin. Buckeye to Buckeye crime right there. I love when I do that. I've actually been pretty good at that. I just yoink. He didn't. I don't even think he saw him at all. Wow. Defense actually does something. Yeah. Too bad the offense is going to do nothing with it. I low-key called it again. That's like the third time I've done that. Inside the 25 after the interception. Snap. Play action. Throws it. Caught. Touchdown. Jeudy. One play later. And we're an extra point away from tying this game. One play later. That's Jerry Jeudy's first touchdown of the year, too. That's against Brandon Stevens. Wow. Finally gets Jeudy involved after the interception. Snap. It's good. Right at 14. Wow. Okay. So, Bubba, tell you guys to tackle. Yeah. We'll kick it in the end zone. 14-14. One play after the interception by Ronnie Hickman. Oh, wow. McCarthy got picked off. That's tough. Got any more of them bye weeks? Ah. All Tagliabue. Wow. A man who kept the peace and allowed the NFL to thrive without abandoning what made it special. Hmm. Tagliabue. He'll always be remembered for his decision to not play the weekend after 9/11. Wow. Hmm. A lot of people are, because I was kind of young when Tagliabue was the commissioner, but it sounds like everyone loved him. You gotta think, man, doing that, not playing, telling every team take this essentially a league-wide bye week. of mourning after the 9/11 attacks. You have to wonder, with the way money is now, would they have done that in this day and age? Would Goodell have looked his sponsors in the eyes and said, "We're not playing this week"? I think he would, due to the magnitude, but man, with the way these freaking people be seeing money nowadays, I don't even know, dude. Tagliabue was a low key legend, though. Nowadays, these commissioners be changing up their sports and stuff and adding things, taking things away. It's away. Here's another return. And oh my God, we made a tackle on the kick return. Yeah, offense actually did something, but because the defense got a pick, got an interception. Jerry Jeudy gets his first touchdown of the year. And it's week 11. No, week 10. Yeah, week 10. Nice play, too. If it wasn't for special teams, we'd be up 14-0 right now. Do it again. Give me another turnover here, guys. Under center. Gets about 2 yards. Concussion evaluation for Azaria Thomas. What an interesting game this has been, right? Jets offense hasn't done a damn thing, yet they have 14 points because of special teams. Our teams is really special. Special ed. 31 offensive plays for us. They have 8. Hands it off. Hall around the edge. Breaks free. First down. That's their first down, I think, of the game, too. Yeah, they watch Justin Fields. They don't watch Hall. They think Fields has the ball. So they're just inside the 50. That's their first down of the game. And he'll get another 2 or 3 yards. That's so funny. I was like, oh, we need a turnover right here, but we're probably not going to get it. And then bang, turnover right after. Don't you just love 16-0 Miami now? Damn. Wow. All right. There's Tanner Engstrand, last ranked pass offense, third ranked rush. 8:33 to go in the half. Another run. All they can do is run because they can't throw. Apparently. It's Smith with a run. And of course, they're just going to run around the edges. The play action sucks everybody in and then runs around the edge. 48 rush yards. They have 52 already. Shotgun for Fields. About 3. Second down. You know how it is. We score a touchdown, and then immediately the defense falls asleep for a drive. 10 sacks on the season for Miles. He's second in the NFL. 31 tackles and 15 QB hits. Center I formation. Look at the penetration by Collins inside. Loss of about a yard. Third down. Deep penetration. Instant penetration. 10-6 Minnesota over Baltimore. Third and 6. 6:46 to go in the half. Shotgun for Fields. Come on, defense. Get a turnover here. Give me another one. Fields is going to run for the first down and more. And there's a flag. Of course. Oh my god. Yep, they're gonna score a touchdown here, and it's gonna be 17-10. 14, no, 21-14. Now here comes shooting for Fields. And he gets swallowed up for really no gain. Second down. Pass. Unsure. He goes down. Cameron Thomas with the sack. Third down. Hold him to 3 here. Gone back to pass. He's going to run. Gets swallowed up immediately. That's Collins again. Had to be fourth down. Are they going to go for it here, or are they going to go for the 3? Field goal unit coming out. See how defense stiffened up at the end. Okay, well, I mean, it's response points, unless we block it. Imagine Myles Garrett jumps over the dude again, blocks it. We take it to the house, like what happened against Philly. Field goal unit out. It's up and good. Down the middle. Wow. You'd have to block it, or you have to be a bad snap for him to miss that one. But 3 points. Can't be too mad about that. Could have been a touchdown. But now we need the offense to actually respond here. All right. All right. It's not even really throwing the ball. They Mason Wilhelm. Damn right. So about a yard shy of the first down. Still a good run though. So Olave, 62-yard touchdown. Nice. Second and 9. Chicago and New York, the Giants tied at 7. 3:12 to go. Hands it off. Judkins runs it around outside. First down. Of course, now YouTube TV or YouTube whatever it is, going to buffer up, buffer up, buffer up. .240 to go in the half. Stephon Diggs, 1-yard receiving touchdown. Ooh. Just at their own 40-yard line. It's about 2 yards. 16-0 Miami. What the heck's happening with Buffalo? How can you not score on freaking Miami? We put up 30 on them. Even the Ravens put up points on them. And you can't? That's crazy. Minutes to go in the first half. Most likely, I think the Browns are just going to try and get in range for a field goal here. They're not going to do too much craziness. I think at minimum, you want to be in field goal range. Who knows with this team? No one else. They're going to go 3 and out. They're going to get a fourth. They're not going to get any more yards here or something. They're going to derp. Oh, they want to derp so bad. Derp, derp, derp. All right. Hmm. Of course, if you're enjoying the stream and all this chaos, be sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. I plan on going live tomorrow for Cavs and Heat. Cavs will be playing 2 games in 3 days in Miami. Kind of a weird thing that they have. Play 2 games in 3 days in Miami. You have a game, an off day, and a game. It's like a back-to-back with an off day in between. Which isn't a back-to-back, but you get the idea. 2 games in the same spot. So that means the Cavs will be spending probably, I assume, today, tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday in Miami. If anything, 3 days in Miami is crazy enough. Hopefully Darius Garland will be back. Hey, we got my guy Tom Grossi. Sending love. It's all love for Tom Grossi. Oh, and there's a bad pass. Yeah. Hey, yo, we got a major Grossi raid out here. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Tom Grossi, one of the, I guess you could say, legends here on YouTube. If you don't know who Tom Grossi is, you, no, just learn it. Learn Tom Grossi. He's an elite content creator. I mean, I've been subscribed to him for a few years now, and I think that was honestly one of the best decisions I think maybe I've ever made up there when it comes to who I subscribe to. Be sure, as always, to like, subscribe, hit the bell. Shout out to Tom Grossi. I know he's loving how his Packers are looking with Micah Parsons. Of course, they lost to the Panthers last week, which is brutal. Not as brutal as this bum ass team I'm watching right here. 3rd and 17 for Gabriel. Back to pass. Steps up. Rolls and sack. Oh. What's up, OGT? Yeah, Tom Grossi's amazing. And here's a fun fact for anyone that did not know about Tom Grossi. He used to be a school teacher. He used to be a school teacher. And then he made the bold choice to try doing this thing called YouTube, which is a risk. You know, you stop doing a job that got you some serious money to be a content creator. That's a bold, bold trek. And I tell you what, it paid off. Hope he reaches his, was it 1 million subscriber goal? I think he's a few hundred K away from that. And there's a punt from former Packer, Bojorquez. Here's the return. Can we actually tackle him? Well, we don't tackle him, but he goes out of bounds. Shout out to G4 TV is cool, as well as Austin Amino, and then Carol Johnson, and there's another subscription in there somewhere. Reaps and Slithers. Shout out to you guys for subscribing. By the way, I'm not just glazing Tom Grossi. I mean, there's clearly like not a, you know, I'm not being watched by, you know, he didn't bug my room or anything. He isn't forcing me to say that. He's a legend on here, man. Not gonna lie. And that's a stop by Alex Wright. Tom rated us. Hell yeah, he did. He even popped in himself. You don't see that too often with raids. Usually, the raider sends the horde while they're back at base. He charged in with the raid. He led the horde pretty much. But the thing about Tom Grossi is he's not out here clickbaiting and, you know, aura farming and all that other garbage. He doesn't like, you know, clickbait. He gets all his stuff from just genuinely hilarious content. And there's a false start on the Jets. That'll back him up. You found him from TSF? Now that I think about it, I think I did too. Yeah. Not gonna lie, Tom Grossi, Sports Fury, and Rocha are like the Kinkadora heads of freaking of this community. Except there's no derpy ass head. It's all three seriously like awesome, you know, head like the mean heads, not the duh head. Back to pass. Hit as he throws it. They're not blowing it dead. Okay, now they did. There's also a flag. His arm was moving forward. So roughing the passer. He hit him as he was throwing the ball. Okay. Still just trying to throw stuff on us now. Yeah, becoming a content creator is always a big risk. And for someone like Tom to essentially give up being a school teacher, which you get a good amount of money from that, to become a content creator, that's a big risk, and it paid off big time for him. He's going to hit 1 million subs, got a good community around him. You know, he makes banger content every week. Of course, I have his notifications on. Back to pass. He's going to run away. It's Myles Garrett with the sack. Fourth down. Yeah, Browns are going to use a timeout here. Tried to roll him out, bro. You're not going to outrun Myles. Wow. Yeah, shout out to Tom Grossi. Shout out to the Grossi posse. Okay, that's actually a banger name for a group too. The Grossi posse. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And here's the punt. And here's the return by Larvadane. You'll get it a few yards and that's it. Myles is way better than TJ. TJ is like the master of the coverage sack. Yeah. Obviously, as you guys can tell, I'm kind of marking out a little bit because, I mean, it's not too often that I have a big time YouTuber pop in the chat. Say, what's up? I've been raided before by like Sports Fury, but like every once in a while they'll pop in and say, hey, what's up? During raids, but that's just crazy. Made my day. Back to pass. Gabriel tipped off the hands, falls incomplete. And they are really targeting Jerry Jeudy today. Would be nice if we can get him open one time. So he was open for a brief second. Off the hands. Freaking Jeudy. Freaking Jeudy, man. I'm not going to completely blame him. That was tight coverage. 2nd and 10. I think their objective is to get in field goal range. Back to pass. Throws. Caught. First down. That's Fannin. Over the shoulder. Wow. Isaiah Oliver on the coverage. Let's see this again. So he's running his route. Yeah, I was like, nice over the shoulder. Beautifully brought in. First down, right at the line. Back to pass. Caught. First down. Jeudy in near the 20. Now you're in shape to possibly take a few shots at the end zone here. Because he hasn't been here enough. I don't think he's really been in the chat long any time for me to make him a mod. I'm actually going to do that now. I don't know why anybody would even dare freaking make a fake Tom Grossi account. But you never know with these sickos. So I'm going to make him a mod. Standard mod. I like to make content creators a moderator just so I know that it's actually them. I mean, he's got a freaking check mark. I mean, of course, there's only one Tom Grossi. There's only one Tom Grossi. Shotgun. Pass back. Gabriel throws. Almost intercepted. That's the most Browns thing ever. Get all the way into the red zone. You have a chance for at least 3 points, and then you turn it over. Let me guess. It was to Tillman. Just came back today. Probably could have went to Fenton if he would have waited another second. Second and 10, 22 seconds to go. Only team in the NFL without a pick. Huh. Tempting fate with that. Trying to announce a jinx, eh? Back to pass. Throws it to the end zone. Overthrown. Trying to go to Tillman. Can't hate that. Third and 10. Oh, the Browns. How are they going to Browns this up? 183 NFL interceptions, 131 different players entering week 10. Can you guys put in Sanders? I want to see what he does. I don't think they're going to put him in just yet. If they do put him in, it'll be late in the season. Final few weeks, probably. 3rd and 10. They're in position to get a field goal at worst here. I can expect another chance at the end zone. Back to pass. Steps up. Sack. They have no timeouts, so they got to hurry up. They're not going to get it off. Come on. Freaking YouTube, freaking got it. 45 is good. Yeah. Ran a Chinese fire drill because, again, it was 4th down. He couldn't spike it. And they will go into halftime tied. Wow. That's what I think. That's what you'd call it, the Chinese fire drill. Good execution on that. Wow. Amazing execution. No timeouts either. Yeah, Bubba, he has to be pleased. Yeah, because, your return and your coverage units are absolute trash. Literally, their offense, the Jets' offense has only 3 points. So we're up. We're tied 17-17 at halftime. I don't know why my freaking Sunday Ticket YouTube is like glitching out. It's like lagging a little bit, slowing down and stuff. All right. There it is. All right, let's go through the stats now, shall we? Yeah, shout out to Tom Grassi. Absolute legend on the YouTube content creator platform. I know it sounds like I'm marking out like a freaking, simp. Again, it's not too often that you get a low-key big-time content creator. Someone who has been acknowledged by the league themselves, mind you, right? That's how big time he is now, which is insane on the come up from Tom. Talking about a dude who started his channel, little old Packer content creator, does a podcast. Look what he's done lately. The last few years, he won. Was it fan of the year? NFL fan of the year. He was able to freaking announce a draft pick at the freaking draft. He even hosted. He was one of the few YouTubers that was able to literally show the game. He showed a game on his channel week 1. I was impressed too. I could not believe we were able to get that ball off. Major credit to Bubba Ventrone and company. They were able to get it going. So we're tied at 17. Pretty impressive stuff. Pretty impressive indeed. So going into the stats here, Gabriel 11 of 23 for 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then rushing, Judkins 14 carries, 39 yards. Corley has his one catch for 16 yards, one carry, I should say, a jet sweep. The Corley special. And then Gabriel has 1 for 8 yards. Through the air, of course, Jerry Jeudy having a good game. 5 receptions, 66 yards and a touchdown. David Njoku 1 for 9 and a touchdown. Fannin has 3 for 32. Had that big catch over the shoulder to get us in field goal range. Tillman has 1 for 9. Judkins has 1 for 9. And then defensively, 2 sacks from Myles Garrett and Cameron Thomas. And then, of course, the interception from Ronnie Hickman. For the Jets, their offense has done virtually nothing. Justin Fields, three for 6. Can't even speak today, my God. 3 for 6 for 5 yards and a pick. Breece Hall, 6 carries, 29 yards. Fields has 3 for 25. Arian Smith has 1 for 13. But through the air, oh my God. Isaiah Williams has 1 catch for 4 yards. Isaiah Davis, 1 for 1 yard. And that's it. And then they have 3 sacks and, of course, the punt and kickoff return touchdowns. Without those 2 touchdowns, it's 17-3. Yeah, 17-3 without those 2 touchdowns. But still, Bubba needs to be fired. Bye-bye. Wow. Lined up. Lined up on 4th down with only a few seconds left and no timeouts, and actually get the kickoff and make it is very impressive. That's not something that we usually do. All right. If you're still watching from the Grassy Raid, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. Tell your friends. Like I said earlier, I'll be live tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. I really don't even know anymore. But I'll be live for the Heat and Cavs coming up this week. Both games. This has been such a wonky game. Nothing makes sense anymore. Uh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh boy. Okay. Get some scores from around the NFL, shall we? Let me pull that up now. Oh, man. The fact that we're tied after all that happened earlier is just crazy to me. So let's go through the rest of these scores. Let me pull up the full score lineup here, so I can even look at stats and see who's doing what. Oh, Giants up 17-7 in the third quarter. The Bills were down 16-0 in the third quarter. 10-9 Vikings up over the Ravens in the third quarter. Patriots up 21-10 third quarter. Saints beating the Panthers 10-7 in the third. And then at halftime, it's Jags 20, Texans 10. Oh man, that was a pretty impressive last drive of the first half, though. That was a good Chinese fire drill, though, by the Browns. Not gonna lie. Yeah, good redemption by the field goal team. You know. Oh man, just to do what they did with no time left, coming off a sack too. Clock running, fourth down. You can't spike it. Get the guys lined up. It happened so quick the freaking production crew couldn't even get the right camera angle. Hmm. It's have 13 yards and 14 points from earlier. They have 5 passing yards. And now we are tied at 17. Mm. Do you know who I really feel bad for on the Guardians team with all that came out today? I feel bad for Jose. Jose, Tanner, Stephen Vogt. Because, I mean, even Carl Willis, right? Carl's the pitching coach. I mean, you're working with these guys every day. And I feel especially bad for Carl. Because those are 2 of his guys. Right? I mean, we actually traded stuff for Luis Ortiz. We could have just stuck with getting that first baseman from the Jays, Horwitz, and we would have been good. But we traded Horwitz to the Pirates for Ortiz, and now he's not going to pitch again. Clase damn sure ain't gonna pitch again because they might be going to jail for 65 years. So let's actually do some math, shall we? So they're, if they do go to jail for 65 years for the whole betting thing that they were a part of, the ring, if they go to jail for 65 years, dude, freaking Luis Ortiz ain't getting out until he's around 90 years old. He's 26. Passe, he's 27, born in 98. Doesn't say exactly what day, though. So 65 years. Yeah, they're going to both be around their 90s when they get out. If they go for 65 years. Because that's right now, that's what they're expecting. Yeah, they're never pitching again in the major leagues, let alone baseball. All right, so yeah, we're getting ready for the third quarter. That's pretty much life. Baseball life. 100 passing yards for the Browns, -5 for the Jets. And of course, the Jets will start off with the ball here in the third quarter. Short kick, it'll be returned. And we're going to see Justin Fields and company back on the field. And there's a flag thrown. Hang on, are we serious? Piling on? Freaking Aiden Huntington. Why are we jumping on the pile after everything? I mean, the dude's already down. What? Another bozo move. I mean, he was already down. I don't know what the heck was this loser doing. More stupidity from a classic stupid franchise. 1st and 10. Hands it off. Oh, he kept it. And he gets dragged down by Swessinger. She thought the running back had it. I think he would. I think they wish the running back would have taken it. He would have had a couple yards, but loss of one. Punt, interception, field goal, punt. But they had two kick return, a kick return, and a punt return touchdown. That's it. Shotgun for Fields. The pass. Oh, almost. Delpit almost got that one. It away and incomplete. Third down. I don't know if he would have been able to get up and run it back, but he would have had a chance to. Job though, to break up that pass. I found out from Justin from Locked On Guardians. I found out from Twitter. All right, 3rd and 11. Get off the field here, guys. Give me a sack, Miles. Back to pass. Pressure coming. He's going to run. And he's going down again. Another sack. That's Malik Collins and Swessinger on the sack. Defense once again does their thing. Yeah, they had Smith downfield, but Denzel was right on him. Pressure forcing Fields outside the pocket. Here's the punt by McNamara. Fair catch. Just at the 10. That's how the Browns take over. Tied up at 17. You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for the report that says that a Class A fled the country and is like completely going by a different name. They'll show his mugshot. He'll have like shaved head, like cut up hair. You know, he won't have the dreads, no mustache. Kind of like, you know, disguise himself. But you know, if the feds want you, they'll get you. You can't run from the feds. The black SUVs are going to be pulling up to every freaking house he has, every baseball field, everywhere he'd possibly be. The feds will be waiting. But who knows? I mean, the DR is an interesting place. And Emmanuel better hope Jose doesn't go looking for him. Jose will beat him up. Like, not even kidding. Jose would legit beat him up too. It'll be one of those. Better hope they find you before I do. Say tried to throw a ball, but the batter swung. Batter I allegedly texted Clase a gif of a man hanging himself with toilet paper. It was the game that we won because of Ana Martinez, I believe. Yeah, I think he hit like a 3-run homer or something, and we won that game against the Dodgers. Crazy what you don't understand, what you don't even know what's going on behind the scenes, right? You got J Ram playing Mario Kart with the dudes. You got some other dudes just vibing. Then you got these bozos over here betting on games or being a part of it, part of a money laundering scheme. Honestly, worse than freaking betting on games. That's a legit federal offense too. Big no no. So here's Dylan Gabriel, shotgun formation with Judkins to his right. Fan in motions, hands it off. He's going to pop it for about first down. Reaches across for the first down for Judkins. See Judkins break one, big one here. So yeah, Zaire Thomas is out with a concussion. I really want to see Judkins break one here, man. Because as we saw with him at Ohio State, and even in that game against the Dolphins, you get him in space, he gets open field in front of him, he turns on the jets, and he's very hard to catch. Hands it off again. He'll get about almost 2 yards. 2nd and 8. It's not even just like betting on games. That is some federal type stuff. That's the stuff that'll have black SUVs pulling up in your driveway. Now you're not just dealing with the regular police department. You're dealing with like the feds, FBI, CIA. That's the stuff where if you're on the run from with that, they will go look for you, no matter where you are. 2nd and 8. Njoku motions, hands it off, yard for Ford. 3rd down. Funny how we got a touchdown right after the interception. Jose and DeAndre Hunter, officially Chicago sports boogeymen. You saw the replay of that play by Hunter last night. Giddy legit turned his ankle on that play. Like he wasn't. He broke his ankle. He legit turned his ankle. He had him meeting Earth. 3rd and 7. Back to pass. Nice catch by Judy. Gets a first down. Great focus to bobble it and bring it in and still get a first down out of it. First down. Baltimore scored up 19-10. Justice Hill, 1 yard run, touchdown. Nice. Nice job by Judy. Bobbled it, brought it in, got a first down. Got him on a crossing route. Nice. Under center. Hands it off. Judkins finds a hole, gets first down by just falling over a defender. Just being patient, finds a hole, runs through, gets the first down, drive continues. 71 total yards today. Wow. Just past the 45. Tillman in motion. Snap. And he will get a loss of 1. Could have been more, but he was able to at least get it back almost to the line of scrimmage. Hunter got the highlight of the night for sure. And then don't forget, he also boomed on a dude after that, too. He snapped, get his ankle, and then boomed on Pat Williams. People don't look at that part. He snapped dude ankle, and then he boomed on a dude. If we would have lost that game, I would have never been able to look at that game the same way again. 9:17 to go. Play action. It's about 3, but there's a flag down. Holding on the offense. Tripping. There's the drive killing penalty. There's the drive killing penalty. I mean, Conklin just, I mean, he did fall to the ground, but obviously he wasn't intentionally tripping him. 2nd and 26 now. Can already say this drive's over with. Shotgun for Gabriel. Sack. Oh, he wriggles out of it. And he'll get a few yards out of it. So definitely salvaged some yardage out of that one. Why did he not get sacked? I will never know, but yeah, they're just runs right past Robinson. Oh, no, it's not Robinson. Yeah, it's Robinson. What the hell was Robinson doing? Robinson let him go right past him. 3rd and 18. Complete. Trying to go to Judy. He's looking for a flag, but no call. I mean, throwing in the like triple coverage is interesting choice by Dylan. You rarely ever see an open receiver anymore. I mean, yeah, it was a tough, it was tight coverage. He was bracketed. Here's the punt. It's going to be around the 20-ish yard line. Not the best punt by Bjorkes. All right. Need the defense to get a turnover here. Come on, Justin. You know you want to turn it over again. Pirates were allowed to trade a guy who was actively betting, and we're not going to get any compensation for it. It says it later included Ortiz. So it could have been 2024 Ortiz before he was traded or after he was traded. That's what I want clarification for. Because if the Pirates willingly traded a guy that was betting or influencing betting on games, and we're not going to get any compensation for it. You know, can't even like. Well, obviously, you're not going to rescind the trade now. If the Pistons lose to the Sixers today, Cavs would be back in first place. I could see the Sixers winning that game. Nothing like a Ford 1 yard run on 2nd and 8. Right? All right, guys. So, just an overall gloomy, cloudy day in general. I even saw it was snowing in Chicago earlier. From Buckeye Brotherhood, William Howard talking about arriving early in spring after. Oh, talking about early in spring after he arrived. I was taking 3 steps and 2 hitches to K State to throw the ball to go ball. I did that the first time during spring ball with Jeremiah, and I threw it like 10 yards behind him. Coach Day is like, "What the are you doing?" I was like, "Oh man, that's what I was taught at K State." He's like, "You can't get away with that here." That's K State. That's funny. Yeah, it took Will Howard probably a few days to realize I'm not in Kansas anymore. All right, back to pass. Pressure coming. Oh, I wish that ball would have been tipped over to Hickman, but good coverage by Campbell. He was he was in lockstep with the receiver. Made a perfect play on it. Garrett Wilson, you see him over there. He's matched up with Denzel Ward most of the time. But on the interception, they tried to go to him, and Hickman picked it off. That time he had Campbell matched up with him, and he was in lockstep. 2nd and 10 at their own 26. Right at the 30. Tight coverage again by Campbell. 6. Come on, get a turnover here, guys. Legit, Justin Fields is asking for another turnover here. He wants to turn it over again. Garrett Wilson on the sideline. He was questionable, I believe, with an injury, but they're checking his knee. Okay, Browns fans wanted us to trade for him. But of course, the Jets, they knew if they traded Garrett Wilson, Jets fans would have raided one Jets drive, and yeah, it would not have been fun. And he caught it, but he was about a few yards short, 4th down. That's Mechie. 23-10, Jags winning right now. 6:53 to go in the third, 4th and 3. Snap, and the punts away. Pretty good one. And fair catch it right around the 20. All right. Well, this offense is probably not. I don't have much confidence in the offense right now. So, oh man, that's funny. Oh boy. Yeah, shout out to everybody watching today. Really been an interesting game. So apparently there's a rumor going around that UCLA is leaving the Rose Bowl to go play at SoFi. Why? You already don't get a lot of people going to games at the Rose Bowl. Why would you leave there to go to SoFi? Money, 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 money. UCLA shouldn't be allowed in the Rose Bowl. Austin Ward even says on the forum, I guess I don't understand how it can be a near done deal if they have a contract and the Rose Bowl is suing to enforce it. That's a lot of money to break a lease with a Rose Bowl. And then you have to fight the lawsuits. It's a hefty sum. Private equity money to buy the way out. $0. Problem solved. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at the score thinking, how? They look at our side and they go, okay, I can understand the Browns having 17. How the hell do the Jets have 17? Their offense hasn't had a pulse. In fact, their offense has barely had the ball. 2 special teams touchdowns. A kick return touchdown right after we scored. And then right after we got the ball back, did nothing. Punt return touchdown. Made it 14-7. Then they got a field goal. We tied the game up. They got a field goal, and then we got a field goal. Play action. Sack. This offensive line is buns, dude. It's a bunch of old dudes and bums. Pretty much what our O line is now. Old dudes and bums. Nick Conklin, man. I'm surprised he didn't get hurt again. He's actually been able to, knock on wood, stay on the field. Oh, Jack. He got pushed down, bro. How do you let yourself get bullied like that, fool? My God, Jack. Look at him. He's getting like pushed back, man. Come on. God. I didn't even think Jed even got bullied that bad. My God. Oh, yeah. Steve Wilkes is the D coordinator for the Jets. That's right. He's our D coordinator, and he sucked. Y'all remember that, right? That was not fun. 4 for 11 on third down, 3rd and 17. Sampson in the backfield, shotgun. And they're going to take a delay of game. This offense is like, it's like watching a dog try to drive a car. No, or a toddler. No faith in this offense at all. In the end, I think the will to tank is going to live on, and we're going to lose. 3rd and 22. Back to pass. Dumps it off to Njoku. Look at him run. She got a good amount of yards there. Wow, I'm surprised. Good run by Njoku. Still 4th down, but he got some good yards out of it. 4th and 10. So got back to the original line of scrimmage area where this whole drive started. And there's Bjorkes back to punt it away again. Here's the punt. Really good one. Wow. Here's the return. Miss tackle, miss tackle, miss tackle, miss tackle, miss tackle, miss tackle, miss tackle. Imagine being the gunner, right? In the back of your head, you're thinking, oh, he's probably going to try to run here. So you usually would stutter step, maybe slow up a bit so you can hit him right as he catches the ball. These guys straight up whiff every time. Cavs on the tiebreaker over the Pistons, Sixers, Bucks, Bulls, Hawks. Yeah, that's actually crazy, right? We beat all those teams. I can't believe the Pistons are in first. Yeah, they're actually playing really good ball so far. My God. That's funny. Newsom would still be dancing. Oh, yeah, that play by Campbell where he batted the ball away. You know, my guy Newsom would have been. He'd be putting on a whole dance recital. And someone said he wouldn't have had that good of coverage. No, he would have been like 5 yards behind him. Alex Wright is out with a quad injury. All right, of course. Hmm. So, a small, I guess, Struce update. This comes from EJ Elite One on Twitter, courtesy of RoyalCavsFans.com. He's on the court shooting. That's good. Atkinson said on Saturday. Still no contact yet, but he is doing some court work. Well, it is. We are getting into the almost the middle of November. So, I mean, he's probably going to be right around Christmas time is when I expect him to be really, really good to go. Probably, I'm going to say second week of December. That's when we're really going to start seeing him. They're going to ease him in like they do with, like they're doing with DG. And then eventually, probably by the new year, he'll be unleashed, hopefully. All right, so the Jets offense back out on the field again. I would love another turnover right here, but again, I don't know if I can trust us to get 2 turnovers, let alone after the one. Justin Fields, last week 8, 21 of 32 for 244 yards, a touchdown, 5 for 10 so far today, 12 passing yards, and a pick. Come on, defense, get me a sack or a turnover here. And Breece Hall dives forward. I guess he stumbled or tripped up for a gain of 2. Probably get some Bucks coming on in about a minute. Yeah. Yeah, we need Garland way more than Struce 100%, of course. Yeah. He means way more to this team than Struce does. No offense to Struce, but Garland runs the offense. 2nd and 8. Handoff to Hall, gets another 3 or 4 yards. It'll be about 3rd and maybe 3 or 2. 5. I thought it was way more than that. It's 3rd and 5. There's Garrett Wilson on the side, on the bike. Question about a return. Oh, Garrett, I wish you were on a better team. You and Chris Olave deserve way better than what you're on. It doesn't even have to be the Browns. Just put them on a good team. Run by Hall, first down. 2:14 and counting here in the third, tied at 17. Yeah, they're not going to have Fields trying to throw it. But again, there's no. Oh, Miles is on the plan. I think is he on the inside? Wow, NASCAR package. Okay. Jonathan Grenard's out for the Vikings. Ugh. 1st and 10, a minute 40 to go in the third. I formation. Hands it off again. Come on, get that ball out. Gets about 4. Remember, Brees Hall actually wanted out of New York, but they didn't trade him. Surprisingly, they could have gotten a haul for him too. Look what they got for Quinnen Williams, right? They could have gotten a haul for him. I can't believe they traded Quinnen and Sauce too. The Sauce one shocked me the most though. There's a little talk about Quinnen, but there was nothing talking about Sauce getting dealt. 1 minute to go here in the third. It's about 4. Third and about 2. Defense, get me a turnover here, man. Need that ball to pop out. It's pretty clear. Glenn and their OC they're taking the ball out of Fields' hands. They're not going to have Fields run this game. They're going to essentially give it to Hall. 20 seconds to go in the third. Might be the last play of the quarter here. Just inside the 40-yard line. And he falls forward for the first down. That'll do it for the third quarter. We're tied at 17. Jets driving. Ugh. Russell Wilson is in after Jackson Dart appeared to hit his head. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So we're just going to let them keep running? Yeah, they're not going to pass it. Because the thing is, with Justin Fields, he's so prone to turning it over. They want to try to win the game, I guess. So they're going to just run it with Hall. They're going to run poor Brees Hall into the damn ground. I'm just waiting for Brees Hall to boink, to pop it out. You know, he's running, boink, ball pops out, we pick it up, take it back the other way. Well, like, you hit him in the right spot, ball boink, pops out right into the waiting arms of one of our other guys, and but you know that doesn't happen for us. It'd be more likely to happen to us than for us. Start of the fourth quarter. Mitchie gets really nothing on the attempted reverse. Good pursuit by Bush. Jackson Dart, concussion possibly. Hey. Good pursuit by Bush. They didn't completely fall for it. They made him run like 10 yards backwards. So it'd be a loss of 7. 2nd and 17. Not going for Fields. Ball, big run, first down and more. There he goes. Touchdown. Of course. Yep, that's the Browns for you. 2nd and 17. Breaks a big one. That's the way Brees Hall has been doing it. Wow, look who finally popped back in the chat after not being in here for like over an hour. Dump it. Dude got leveled, but of course, defense failure. Wow. Kick is up and good. Of course that happens. I'm literally about ready to put this guy in the freaking corner. He was not in the chat. Oh, I bet you over an hour. Yeah. The last time he was in the chat was before Tom Grossi rated. It was before halftime. So of course he pops his ugly ass head back in after they score. Talking about belt to ass. You're a one-win team. Look in the mirror. You know what's even funnier? Because I know you're a Nets guy too. I believe the Nets and the Jets have a combined 2 wins on the year. Tough. Tough. Someone, Paul Brown, who's a Browns fan from London. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna, get us hyped up thinking, oh my God, is Shador coming in? No, he's just tossing the ball around. He's not warming up. Nah. The fallout of Class A through the 2024 postseason for like 10K would be insane. Would have to become the most hated player in Cleveland sports history. Oh, for sure. Not even Jose Mesa did that. If we lose to the Jets, then I can't even trust us to win another game. Because this is the team that would get cooked by the damn Titans. And they're as bad, if not maybe worse than the Jets. There's Fireman Ed. Looking all serious. 8-play, 58-yard drive, 48-yard touchdown for Brees Hall. Here's the return. Sampson around the end. Wow. That has to be the best kick return of the year. At least one of them. Nah, we had a 2-win team. That destroyed your garbage franchise. Wow. I mean, game's not over yet. I mean, you never know what could happen. Heck, for all I know, the Browns offense actually has another good drive here. 14:03 to go in the freaking fourth quarter. Here's Judkins. Gets about 8. I know, Jets fans are going to be throwing a parade for beating the one-win Browns, especially you. Other Jets fans will be like, am I happy that we won? Yeah, but they want to tank, so well, at least some of those fans want to tank. Hands it off to Judkins. No gain. Yeah, Judkins, you got to attack the hole, man. Don't be standing there. Oh, what do I do? Rain is really coming down now. 3-2. 20-10 Giants. It's been so rare that the Giants and Jets have won on the same day. After he was charged in a gambling scheme. Jet sweep keeps going for Corley. The second time we've seen Malachi Corley featured, and he gets a first down. I think every time they use Corley on a jet sweep, he gets a big gain out of it. I was waiting for him to freaking break it and score on that somehow. Good job, Corley. Taking advantage of any chance you get. 1st and 10. 12:20 to go in the game. Under center. Hands it off to Sampson. He'll get inside the 40. Browns can't run, but we run all over you. You better hope that you guys don't lose this game somehow, because I'm going to laugh my ass off at you. I don't even care if we lose. I'm at the point now where I don't even care. All I want to see is my rookies develop. I eventually want to see Shador get into the season so we can really know if we need a quarterback or not in the draft. 2nd and 6. Hands it off again. Judkins will rumble for about 5. 3rd and 1. 11:25 to go. 25-13 Baltimore. Center. 3rd and 2. Oh. Oh my God, this team, man. They have a good drive, one in the ball, and then they poop themselves. They can't block randomly. 4th and 1. See what Kevin does here, or what Tommy does. He says they're going for it. 4th and 1. Back to pass. Sack. So you go for it on 4th down, and then you get sacked. Great choice there, losers. Great choice there. Wonderful choice. You should have just, punted it away, pinned them deep, or maybe you go for the field goal or something, but nope. Go for it and do nothing with it. Classic. Offensive line is a bunch of old dudes and bums. Like I said earlier. Bunch of old dudes and bums. Unks and bums, unks and bums. Here's a handoff to Hall. Breaks it again. There he goes. Yep, here we go. Now he's going to start running all over us. Oh, well, who cares? It'll be funny, though, because the Jets are going to cost themselves in the draft again. If there's one thing the Jets know how to do, it's hurt themselves in the draft. Like I said, overall, the will of the tank is going to take over. 1st and 10. And they stuff him for maybe a loss of 1, but there's a flag, so give him a free few yards because Buddy got a little too trigger happy. Only 116 New England now. 8:32 to go in the fourth. Dayball about to rush the 10th again. Oh my God. And the Dolphins are also winning too. 1st and 5. And then they bite on the running back fake. Fields first down. This is actually going to be the first time Justin Fields actually beats the Browns. Huh. Who would have thought? Comparing the other team that he was on when he started, the Bears. Honestly, those Bears teams were better. The coaching just sucked. Although, to be fair, on this Jets team, offensive line is superior and better weapons. Yeah. Never forget, Justin Fields had old man Jason Peters blocking his blind side against freaking Myles Garrett a few years ago. They thought that was a good idea. Oh, he stumbled. Loss of a yard. 2nd down, 8:12 to go. Of course, they haven't scored yet. You know how the Browns are. They could get a turnover right here. That's asking an awful lot. That is asking an awful lot. I mean, we got 1. You're asking this defense to get 2? Especially because Aaron Glenn knows damn well he ain't going to have Justin Fields throw it deep or anything. He's going to give it to Hall. Yeah. When you have an all-star running back like Brees Hall. Oh, and then there's that. Isaiah McGuire snuffed that little play out and blew it up. Loss of like 5 or 6. Yeah, I don't know what the heck the right tackle was trying to do. Was that Membu? Was that Missouri on Missouri crime there? Ooh. 3rd and 20 now, 7 minutes to go. Davis now in the backfield at running back. I was gonna say they about to give up a freaking first down on 3rd and 20. 4th down. Field goal unit coming out. Oh well, at least the rookies look good for the most part. The ones that we saw. Wessinger playing with a high ankle sprain. That is a ballsy maneuver on the notorious MetLife turf. Granted, they did change the turf up a bit. 4th and 10. Kick is up and good. 10-point lead. 27-17. Is what it is. At this point, I just want to see the rookies look good. I want to see Myles Garrett's stat pad. And I want these guys to get out healthy. As far as the coaching staff, they can put Bubba on the bus to wherever, send him to whatever small town, whatever, send him home. Evan and Andrew, I think they're safe. I think. Although you never know what Jimmy Haslam's thinking. Based off of what happened at the trade deadline, it seems like they're safe. I think Andrew is honestly more safe than Kevin. Yeah. I think Andrew's more safe than Kevin. Solely off this last draft class. If this draft class was buns, then you'd have to start thinking, damn, Andrew, this bozo can't draft. Yeah, that's how it is. He can't draft. To be fair, this draft class might have saved him at least another year or two. He needs to start stacking these good draft classes. Look at these bum coaches. Chad O'Shea, the receiver coach. Cannot tell you the last time I've seen a Browns receiver wide open. Amari Cooper, I think it was. Is that real? I ain't never seen a Browns receiver that wide open since Amari Cooper. I'm talking like nobody around open. Amari Cooper was the last Browns receiver that could genuinely get open. Though, to be fair, Jerry Jeudy was open a few times last year. So, okay, I rescind my statement. It was Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, he was open a few times, most notably against the Broncos. The Saints game, he was open that one time. Big, long touchdown. Other than Jerry Jeudy, I don't think I've seen a Browns receiver genuinely get open. Funny how this loser is the only one in my chat. Everyone else is just sitting back, watching, listening to me, and you're over here, yap, 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 type. In the words of Uncle Lou, type, 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 type. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Type, 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 type. Devon A. Channel. Damn. 23-6 Miami over the freaking Bills. Bills took the night off, I guess. Took the day off, I guess. Damn. 74 yards in the second half. 156 in the first half. Browns get the ball back. Back to pass. Sack. Yeah, this freaking O-line stinks. Like I said, old men and bums. Jack Conklin is getting thrown around like a damn rag doll. Like, look at that one, man. Get freaking put on his ass, man. Come on, dude. There's one of the dudes run right past him. Gabriel, and there's a flag down. He's going to get the first, but it's probably coming back. It's coming back. Holding on the defense. Wow. Aaron Glenn's like, are you serious, brother? Let's see. It's probably on Jeudy right here. Watch Jeudy. They're saying 29 down there. Oh, he's holding him. Yep, there it is. Yep, it was subtle, but he held him. He had his arms around his waist. So they added 5 yards to the run. 5 minutes to go. 1st and 10. He's gonna run off again. Let's do okay, little hamster run. Hamster run. On another flag. This is gonna be coming back. Another hold on the defense. Getting grabby. Damn. So those penalty yards are getting added to the end of Gabriel's scampers. Puts us just shy of the 30. Back to pass. And there's a catch by Sampson for about 2-3 yards. Ashton Jeanty and bum Geno Smith are going to whoop us bad. Oh, God, I can only imagine. That's going to be their, like, you know, generation game. Jeanty, 3 touchdowns. Geno probably shreds our defense. Because, that's how it is. Horrible throw. That's how it usually goes, right? Needed the greatest of all time to carry them to one. What has New York done in recent memory? Since the Yankees? I mean, to be fair, the Yankees, ever since Jeter and A-Rod and all them retired, well, they've made it to a couple World Series, but they didn't win one. Why don't you know? Last year was the first World Series they made it to in a long time. And it took the Astros getting eliminated by the Tigers for that to happen. Steps up, throws, caught. Fannin, first down. First down. Fannin again. 4:22 to go inside the 20. Browns trying to make this interesting. Back to pass. Rolls to his left. Don't throw it. Yeah, just run out of bounds with it. Don't try to throw it. 3:58 to go. Wow. Mets ain't done anything since '86, since the '80s. Yeah, they won. They made it to a couple World Series, but of course they didn't win one. And a drop by Ford. Damn, Ford, you want more reps, but you go and do that garbage. Bum. He's a bum. Can't even catch a ball. It was thrown right into your bread basket and bum ass running back. 27-17 Jets. 3rd and 6. Dozed off. Damn, Tina. Back to pass. Caught. Gets about a few yards inside the 15, near the 10. 4th down. Field goal unit coming out. 3:24 to go. 4th and 4. Didn't the Jets in 09 and 2010 go back to AFC Championship games? Correct? Yeah. Did they win? No. That was in the heyday of the Patriots. Here's Andre Smith. Snap. It's up and it's good. All right, so we cut it back down to 1 possession. Oh joy. Problem is, we're going to need a touchdown, not a field goal. So we need the defense to clutch up and get a freaking turnover. I'm actually shocked we scored over 20 points. We scored 20 points again. Wow. Second time, I think, this year we've scored 20 points. Actually reached 20 points. I'm genuinely surprised. Justin Fields passing touchdown. Ducks, Browns fans. I feel bad for Justin, man. I talk about being, feeling bad for Garrett and Chris Olave. I feel horrible for Justin. That dude's been in nothing but bad situations his entire career. Besides Pittsburgh. But even then, he wasn't the starter. He was out there sharing time with Kenny freaking Pickett. All right, kicks away. Here's the return. And that's where the Jets will take over. 2:52 to go. Browns have all 3 timeouts. So we all know what they're gonna do. They're just gonna run it, run it with Brees Hall. Oh man, Jets did win a Super Bowl in the '60s. Yeah, that was like in the that was Namath. Yeah, Joe Namath. That was I think the last time they made it to a Super Bowl too. Haven't they've been close a few times, but they haven't been able to get back to that kind of prominence. Handoff, Brees Hall again, first down. Yeah, these guys are done for, dude. They're like, yep, just get us out of this rain. Yep. Once again, it's like playing, it's like playing sports with one arm behind your back. So I don't really care about wins or losses anymore. This season has been a lost cause forever. People are like, happy 100th loss to Podesta, right? And this is his 100th loss. Wow, officially. And we have whistles and a timeout. Timeout, Jets. Okay, now this dude's just trolling. He's been trolling all day, but that's the most blatant troll statement ever. What's really funny is if anyone, has been watching my channel for a long time, I've had beef with this certain other YouTuber who's a Bengal fan. I just can't stop thinking about if this guy was in Dashy's stream, Dashy'd be crashing out on some legendary, like, oh my God, it'd be a historically legendary crash out. Come on, get him. Oh my God, are you serious? Had him in the backfield and nobody brought him down. They just stared at him. It's like, hey, dude. Saw, dude. Saw, dude. 2nd and 7. They all just stared at him. Saw, dude. Stop capping yourself. Dude, you realize you're the only one really talking in the chat? Wow. Classic troll, though, right? Didn't see you at all when we actually tied the game up. But then the moment the Jets take the lead again, they are. Pop up like a damn cockroach. If only I had a shooter freaking squish you. God. People are just roasting the hell out of Clase, and rightfully so on Twitter right now. That dude can never show his face in the major leagues again. Well, if he goes to jail, he ain't gonna ever be in the leagues again. He ain't even gonna be a free man. If the justice system has its way, he's going to the clink for 65 freaking years. Because what he did was federal. It ain't no small fry, weak ass crime. Or you're just gonna have the little police department showing up at your door. No, this goes beyond just regular police department. Talking the feds, black SUVs, men in suits with the glasses, right? Knocking on your door. Billy, open up. Yeah, that what they did is That's nah. That's Pisses me off. That's what it does. Knowing that we watched this dude out here, like one of the best closers we've ever had, only to find out, oh, it's essentially games. Yeah, that dude will be pitching in Venezuela if he ever gets if he avoids jail time. He ain't gonna be in the major leagues ever again. Second and 7. Schlesinger he blew up Fields, but didn't matter. Third down. Schlesinger almost. Yeah, Fields is lucky he didn't hold on to that ball. Schlesinger was right on top of him, and he almost took out Hall by proxy too. He almost got a 2-for-1 deal on that tackle. He took out Fields, and he almost took out Hall. So 1:56 to go. Browns used the timeout. He's going to slide around the line of scrimmage. Loss of a half a yard and a flag. And it looks like Ward might have hurt himself a little bit. And there's the first down. Defensive holding. Oh, defense gets a stop. And there's defensive holding on Devin Bush. You know what? Honestly, I've had enough of this loser. I'm going to put him in timeout. Technically, what he's doing is classified as spamming. I'll put you in timeout for about 30 minutes. There you go. I've had enough of you. You weren't even around here when we tied the game up. You're one of those trolls that only comes around when you're winning. I don't respect that kind of stuff. Freaking loser behavior. First and 10. I don't respect that kind of stuff. Freaking troll ass behavior. Actually get a stop. Looked like it was going to be a fourth down, and then flag. Flag. So they used their second timeout. Unless they force a fumble here, which I can tolerate trolling. But technically, what he was doing was low key spamming. So, all right, third down. Third and 3. Third and 4. And they're going to use their final timeout. So if they get a stop here, they'll have maybe about a minute to go. Yeah, this ain't going to end well. Like, tolerate trolling, you know? Like when you're in the chat, blah, blah, running your mouth, type, constantly. Not to mention, the thing that really pissed me off, he wasn't in here at all when we tied the game up. I didn't see him at all. He was in here before the Grassy raid. I didn't hear a peep from him again until they took the lead. And we swallowed him up. Loss of a couple. So they're gonna have about a minute, just under a minute, to go down and tie the game up. Yeah, this ain't gonna end well. On the bright side, players look good for the most part. Players looked good for the most part. Yeah, they're gonna try and draw us off sides here. 4th and 4. They're like, damn it, Cameron Thomas. Okay, Cam, you are you're DFA. Thinking baseball. You're cut. Bye bye. And there's that. They just did not want to win. They didn't want a chance to win. I'm cutting Cam Thomas and I'm firing that loser Bubba Ventrone. Want to have us win this game. We all knew what they were going to do. We all knew. Everybody in that stadium knew what they were going to do. They were going to try and draw us off sides, and that bozo Cam Thomas, freaking practice squad player, freaking jumps off sides. You know why he did? Because he knew deep down the tank lives on. So the Browns are going to lose ass bowl 2, 27-20. And they're going to go to 2-7 on the year. Same record as the Jets. The Browns still have not won in MetLife since Odell was here. When Myles Garrett, I think, injured their starting quarterback. Inadvertently, of course, but yeah. So that's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. They're just taking these now. So I will see you all probably tomorrow, I want to say, for the Cavs and Heat game. Let me be sure here. I don't even really care. Yeah, Cam Thomas, you're a bum. Why were you even on the field? Oh, that's right, because Alex Wright got hurt. That's right. Alex Wright got hurt. Quad injury. I think that's what he hurt last year. Texans making a comeback? He came back. Damn, Texans? Damn, Jaguars? Oh, they're only up by 5. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out. So yeah. Overall, I mean, I don't really care about the result. This team just, I don't know. I guess he should do it at some point. We know what we got out of Dylan Gabriel. He's very limited. Ability, bad arm. His arm just isn't like that. I'm just laughing. We had a chance to freaking get the ball back with about a minute to go. Cam Thomas jumps off sides. So I'll see you guys probably tomorrow, I want to say. Let me check. That's what I was gonna do, actually. Hang on. Browns lose 27-20. It is what it is. At this point, like I said, I don't really care about results. I just want to see these guys look good. Stat pad. I want to see Miles and company stat pad their ass off. Well, the Saints won today too. Damn. Titans is 1-8 on a bye. Well, you know what's going to happen when we play them in a few weeks? We're going to get our butt kicked by them. Oh no, we're going to beat the crap out of Cam Ward. I should do to play that game because those two are kind of friends, and it'd be funny to see Shador shred the Titans, so we can talk crap to Cam Ward. But no, it'll be Dylan Gabriel. All right, so let me. Oh my god, my nose is itching now. Damn it. Okay, come on. Where are we at? Here we are, right here. I believe it is tomorrow and Wednesday for the Cavs. So the plan right now is I will be live tomorrow for the Cavs and Heat, and then we'll see about Wednesday. We'll see. But I will be live tomorrow for the Cavs and Heat. Should be a good one. Oh, wow. Chicago took the lead. Look at Chicago with the comeback, Gene. Wow, damn. All right. I see you, Chicago. I see you. But that's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. As always, shout out to everyone who came through, except for that dumb troll who was only in here when they were winning. Kind of a jabroni way to go through it, but well, who cares? In the end, the will of the tank survives. So, see you guys later. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. See you guys tomorrow for Cavs and Heat. Bye bye. Yeah.